Alright, hello and welcome back to Space Quest 6. Let's go over here, see if we can talk to Stellar. As I mentioned last time, so this is kind of the old version, so you can see the graphics aren't quite as good. Certainly Roger does not move as quickly as he had been before. Yeah, she's getting treatment right now, so I guess we can't talk to her yet. Which is fine, because what we want to do ultimately is use this DNA sequencing device. So let's hop into our pockets. We're going to take a look at the personal grooming device.
It's the hair you pulled from Nigel's personal grooming assistant.
Personal grooming assistant, my apologies. Pull the hair off of that, and then place it on the DNA sequencer. But, of course, things can't be quite that easy, as we're going to learn in a moment.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wilker. The sequencer is for use by trained personnel only. Obviously, you don't fit that description. I'm afraid I can't allow you to use it.
Jebba the Hop won't allow us.
Come on, Jebba, be a pal. Who'll know?
I'm sorry, Mr. Wilco. It's a StarCon regulation.
Now you might think you have to do something creative to convince Jebba, but really we just gotta come over here and talk to him. He's of course Jebba the Hop because he's like part, I don't know, grasshopper or something.
No. Let me try this one thing. I'll be out of your way. No one will find out.
I don't know, Mr. Wilco. I'm not one to break regulation. I really don't think it's a good idea.
I swear, it'll only take a minute. We're out in the middle of nowhere. No one will find out. And I'll tell you what, anytime you want it, one free plunge job, day or night. What do you say?
Well, I don't know.
Given his size, I can imagine him needing that quite a bit.
It'll only take a minute or two, really. Come on, Jebba, be a pal.
Well, okay, but just this once. If anyone finds out I'm sunk, then I'll come looking for you to take it out on. Keep that in mind.
No problem. I'll be done in a flash.
I really don't know why I'm doing this.
Mainly because the game couldn't really progress if you didn't. So we're going to throw the hair on the sequencer here. And tell it to scan.
You look at it, but nothing strikes your fancy.
That's right. We're on the eyes now instead of the hand. There we go. I don't usually see that guy walking in the background. Kind of a fun addition. Alright, machine is sequencing. We will print the data card. Or rather, we will both imprint and print it and grab the card. And we just need to take this card and bring it over to the comm over here.
Neat. I've always wanted to try one of these on the compost.
Alright, there we go. So we should just swipe automatically. DNA pattern of Nigel Rancid. File, however, is closed, and we're not able to access anything. Now, I think this is just kind of a flaw in the programming, but maybe not. Yeah, I think we're supposed to come off of this picture and kind of be shown a slightly different scene, but I think things happen a little out of order, so yeah, this audio will just start.
Hi, Stellar. I hope your back's feeling better.
They just finished treating me, and it is starting to feel better. However, I was told to lay off rescuing people for a while, especially you. So, did you have any luck?
I think it should flip back now. There we go.
I got some information from the sample I ran through the DNA sequencer. When I tried it, all I got was a name. All it said after that was that the file is closed. I wonder why that is.
I don't know for sure, Roger, but it seems a bit suspicious. When a file is marked like that, there's usually a very good reason. Most frequently, it indicates the file is closed for intelligence purposes, or it's legally sealed by some judicial body. In the case of those tubs of guts that grabbed you, I'd have to say it's not a government agency directly behind it. It sounds more like someone with access from the outside to a friend or two inside. A more paranoid person might say this smells way wrong.
Interesting.
Then again, when did you last change your socks?
If the files are sealed, then we have nothing to go on.
True. The only thing I can think of is that they may be accessible by jacking into cyberspace. I've never done it, but I know it can be done.
So I guess this means you won't be trying it first. I'd love to try it, but I can't since we don't know how.
This is a very long conversation coming up, by the way.
Well, actually, I read it can be done with the help of a cyberjack and headset.
At least it feels that way.
Jack interface module. The article said there are several things to access out there and that there's a vast library of files to browse. It said that the Information Superhighway project is a little behind schedule, but that there are some operative areas. Other than that, I don't have a clue as to how we can gain any information about them.
So you think this cyberspace thing could work?
Well, I can only tell you what I've read. Navigating it takes a little patience, but I think it's the only option you have. I don't know if you'll locate a cyberjack and headset. Because of the delays in the project, they've become more like collector's items than marketable, functionable products.
We do have cyberjack modules built into the compost.
That's true. Of course, we won't know anyway without the jack.
That bites. I wonder where we could find one of those.
I wish I knew, Roger. There must be some place.
Attention! We are now orbiting the Delta Berxilon 5 colony as requested by StarCom. Most of you know your assignments as they have been broadcast to your composts. Please represent StarCom properly. Kilbasa, out.
You better get moving since you don't know yet what your assignment is. I have some checking around to do. We'll talk later.
Thanks, Stellar. I'll see you soon. Maybe we can work in that dinner.
Ooh. Roger very elegantly flies out. Back to his quarters. I think that is this broom on the wall. I wonder if this is from the first game.
Your quarters are cozy and intimate, yet spacious.
You're very specific about where you click.
That's one of the advantages of living in a converted cargo hold. Holy cow! It's your Golden Mop Award for your feats of daring do in Space Quest 1.
And then on this table here...
This table is supposed to be used for paperwork and gracious dining. Since you do neither, you've found it makes a great place to stash all this junk you've collected over the years.
Now let's take a look at some of the stuff we got here.
This table is supposed to be used for paperwork and... Since you do neither, you... Look here! Hey, it's your old Labion Terror Beast mating whistle from Space Quest 2.
Summon a little Tasmanian devil guy.
Say it's the old hint book you found in the bargain bin at the software store in Space Quest 4.
What else we have?
Ooh, it's your old Autobucks card from your shopping spree at the Galaxy Galleria after you saved the latex babes from that hideous sea slug in Space Quest 4.
There's a lot of detail.
Unfortunately, but then you don't need much money aboard the DeepShip. Besides, people would talk if they saw you dressed that way again.
Let's see, what other now useless items do we have?
Wow, it's the old translating gadget you use to communicate with the subterranean alien back on the planet Corona in Space Quest 1. Too bad they don't make those little dilithium watch batteries anymore.
This remote.
Whoa, it's the Star Generator remote control you found aboard the Sarian ship during Space Quest 1.
That really feels like the kind of thing we shouldn't just still have.
Hey, it's the Pocket Pal terminal you filched from an abandoned land speeder on Xenon during Space Quest 4.
And let's see these papers.
Wow, it's your official employment rejection letter from Sierra Online at the end of Space Quest 3.
We dropped off the two guys from Andromeda.
Not a chance. And it's signed by Ken Williams.
Yeah, let's see. Sometimes it's hard to get these guys because they're so small.
Hey, here's that pack of matches you stole from the Yulin Splats bar when you returned to Space Quest 1 during the time travel sequence in Space Quest 4.
I guess we don't have anything from Space Quest 5.
It's your life-saving.
Yes, like, what was it, one Buckazoid maybe?
It's a discarded cigar stub from the Galaxy Galleria in Space Quest 4.
Alright, that'll do it for, trip down memory lane. Let's go to our compost, hear our message, so we can learn what our orders are.
Wow, a message for me. I must be getting popular. I wonder what it is.
The world may never know.
Wilco, Commander Kilbasa here. I have a special assignment for you. A crew person of special skills is required on Delta
Special
Berkeley 5.
skills.
In the spirit of StarCon cooperation, we have decided to offer them your assistance. Transport there immediately. Kilbasa out.
Kilbasa out. Alright, so looks like we're going to need to head off to, what is it, Delta Berxalon 5. So let's use our little compost here to find our way to the transporter and head off there. And we'll confirm that.
Okay, I'm ready. Energize!
See if this one goes a little better than last time. I'm not sure there's going to be any robots we can use to pull ourselves out. I suppose falling a few feet's better than being implanted in concrete. Step in the right direction. Ah, Kilbasa himself.
Commander Kilbasa and that other guy look like they're just finishing up a conversation.
Janitor Wilco, Dr. Bellows and I were just talking about you. Please report to Sharpei's quarters, Janitor Wilco. She is in need of someone with your special skill set. Be quick about it.
Yes, sir.
Sounds so sad. Alright, so this is Lab A, apparently. Let's go to quarters. And head back out, where we meet the lovely Sharpei. Or perhaps Not that lovely.
Janitor second class, Roger Wilco, reporting as ordered, ma'am.
Wilco, you say?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, Mr. Wilco, I expected you here some time ago. I've been kept waiting for minutes now.
I'm very sorry, Matt.
Save the pathetic whimperings for your StarCon superiors, which I would expect includes everyone and everything on the food chain over there.
Ma'am, I came as...
Young man, I lack the time, and most importantly, the patience to indulge you as you wind your way from one excuse to the next. May we please just begin?
Sorry, but I wasn't briefed on what tasks would be required of me.
You are a janitor, Mr. Wilco. What do you think I want from you, a heart transplant? What has become of StarCon? When my fifth husband, Admiral Bluntfang, served, the crop of up-and-coming cadets seemed to have such promise. I recall this one rather striking cadet who... Oh, well, never mind that. But you, I pray you do not typify what might be slithering down the halls of our formerly prestigious academy. That is one thing I do not look forward to witnessing.
Sharpei's a bit of a black widow with all these ex-husbands.
Get to work, Mr. Wilco. You'll find a mop and a bucket right over there. I have no time to devote to your education. That would take a lifetime, and the most copious amount of patience a universe could muster. My life is soon to expire. Please, just clean. I must rest now.
A little weird that they don't have their own cleaning staff, but I guess this is one of the few occasions in this series when we actually get a chance to utilize the skills we were trained for. I guess, we do some trash pickup in Space Quest 5 and also some floor waxing.
Mr. Wilco, please rattle the handle on that commode. It is positively maddening.
You got it, Toot. Right away, ma'am. Whatever I can do.
I think we started Space Quest 1 by doing some sweeping, but then immediately lost our broom.
Please do it. And quietly. I must have my rest.
And earlier in this game, we did get to use our dustpan. Oh, what was she reaching for?
Mr. Wilco, it is time for me to take my meds. Please fetch my trisonic sortium from the medicine cabinet.
Alright, we're gonna get something up here.
Yes, ma'am.
But keep your eye on Sharpei. I'll see if she reaches for something again.
Maybe I can get this old hag to overdose.
What was that, janitor?
Nothing, ma'am. I'll get those for you right away.
She reaches under the covers and pulls out some kind of controller.
I can't find her medicine. I don't think she knows what she's talking about.
Hits this button. Suddenly gas starts pouring into the room. For some reason, dialogue is silent right now, which is fine. Roger, hey, what the... where the audio is, but while we wait a fully formed thought from Roger, it should be mentioned that there seems to be some sort of gas entering the room through the left vent. And then Roger says, "Hey, there seems to be some sort of gas entering the room through the left vent. Whoa." Hang on a moment. I'm just going to pause for a second here and see if we can get the audio back. Hang on. Alright, so I just kind of saved and unsaved, or loaded, and we're good. So this gas is coming in here. You can look at some stuff through the room, but every couple of seconds Roger will stop and start coughing, and it just gets kind of annoying. So what we want to do is grab this piston from the side of the bed here. You will note that Roger has absolutely no concern for Sharpei.
You give the piston a yank, and sure enough, it comes loose in your hands. Perhaps it was your raw strength. More than likely, it was defective.
And the reason that we need this piston, oh, here's the cough, it's because this door is jammed shut, and we do not have enough strength on our own to open it. So we'll bring the piston over here. Probably Roger will stop to have to cough somewhere along the way. Maybe we'll get lucky, though. Yeah, there it is. Suppose that's one way to keep and remind the player that you're on a time crunch, but it is kind of annoying. Seems like there's plenty of room for him to slip out, I'm just saying.
Good thinking! Wedged in the door, the manual override control causes the piston to strain against the door. It pushes a few inches and seems to strain at that point.
And who should appear?
Wilco!
Our hero, yet
Oh,
again.
hi, Stellar. What are you doing here?
What a casual conversation,
There's
Roger.
no time to talk, Roger. We've got to get out of here now. 1, 2.
I guess she's timing for when the thing's
3.
fully pressed open? I don't know. Stellar?
Just as you crash to the floor of the turbo shaft, the hydro riser piston gives way, and the door slams shut, with Stellar still trapped inside. You claw and pull at the seams of the bulkhead door, but to no avail. Just then, you hear and feel an explosion, which seems to have come from behind the door. The door is sealed tight. You can hear no other noise after the ear ringing from the blast subsides.
My God, I can't believe this. It can't be happening. She was... I was... Stellar!
Little Streetcar Named Desire reference.
It's hard to believe that this is the Hollow Suite. The setting is much like the graphics you've scanned in the library from those planets more interesting in their climatic diversity. From the scenic jutting peaks, soft hills, and lake in the conjured distance to the lush pixelized growth of trees, flowers, and grass in the foreground, the holodeck has that sublime park-like perfection. Unfortunately, its serene beauty is sadly negated by the headstones and the solemn event about to occur, the laying to rest of your rescuer and true friend, Stellar Santiago. You are feeling as you have never felt before, perhaps helped along by the relatively short stints aboard the various ships, as well as all too brief friendships. You've been spared the emotional devastation of true loss by lack of attachment. This, however, is a different feeling, far different from anything you've ever experienced. You can't help but wonder how you'd act towards Stellar given a second chance, but you know that can never happen. She gave her life for you, and you will never be able to thank her. Enough smarm already. Let's funeral.
Pretty deep,
Ladies and
followed by
gentlemen,
pretty
we
callous.
assemble here today to honor the memory of a former crewmate, Lieutenant First Class Stella Santiago. Her unfortunate death takes place in the shadow of a new community, the dawning of a new life for the aged of our galaxy. Although death is never easy to accept, we must remember that the tragic accident which took her from our midst occurred while she was on duty. If a member of StarCon must perish for some reason, there is no more honorable way. It is part of the oath we recite and take to heart when we pledge our allegiance. I believe her friend, Janitor Second Class Roger Wilco, has a few words he'd like to say. Mr. Wilco?
We have a prepared eulogy that we'll read here, after we take a chance to dab our eyes. I like how Roger's shirt's always partially untucked in the back. He's not great with public speaking.
For a short time. I wish I could have gotten to know her much better. To have had a deeper understanding of this person I was proud to have called friend. Of my friend, I can only say this. Of all the souls I have encountered in my cleaning, hers were the most scuff-resistant.
I believe that's supposed to be a little bit of a, I don't know, pun with souls and souls. I think there was another very small person who got sucked into that. It's hard to tell, it happened so quickly. No one seems to mind, though. We'll watch everyone depart, and then we will actually end the video here at probably the lowest moment in the entire series. The only thing that could give it a run for its money would be the beginning of Space Quest 1, when the whole crew has died, although we don't seem to have too much of a connection to any of them. But yeah, we'll, like I said, end things here. When we come back, maybe we'll begin a pursuit for some, looking for revenge for Stellar's death. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. But till then, see ya.